Imagine possessing a strength so great that no army could stop you. A strength capable of tearing apart a lion with your bare hands. A strength powerful enough to bring down an entire temple. This is the incredible story of Samson, the strongest man in the Bible. A man chosen by God before he was even born. A man blessed with extraordinary power. Yet a man whose greatest battles were not against lions or armies, but against his own choices. This is a story of strength, betrayal, failure, and redemption. Long before Samson became Israel's mighty champion, an extraordinary promise was made. At a time when Israel was suffering under the oppression of the Philistines, God sent an angel to a barren woman. The angel appeared in radiant glory and delivered astonishing news. She would give birth to a son. This child would be dedicated to God from birth and would begin to rescue Israel from its enemies. That child was Samson. As Samson grew, the hand of God was upon him. He became stronger than any man of his generation. His long hair was a sign of a sacred covenant between him and God. One day, while traveling through the wilderness, Samson encountered a terrifying lion. The beast suddenly emerged from the shadows and charged toward him with a mighty roar. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson. With nothing but his bare hands, he seized the lion and tore it apart. It was a display of supernatural strength that left people astonished. News of Samson spread throughout the land. The Philistines feared him. The Israelites admired him. And Samson became known as Israel's mighty deliverer. On another occasion, Samson found himself surrounded by a large army of Philistine warriors. Armed with nothing more than the jawbone of a donkey, he stood his ground. The enemy charged toward him. Dust filled the air. The battlefield erupted into chaos. Yet Samson fought with incredible power. One after another, the Philistine warriors fell before him. No soldier could defeat him. No army could stop him. The Philistine rulers became desperate. They knew Samson was too powerful to defeat in battle. If they wanted victory, they would need another plan. So they turned to a woman named Delilah. Delilah was beautiful, intelligent, and persuasive. The Philistine lords secretly approached her and offered her a fortune in silver if she could discover the secret behind Samson's strength. Delilah agreed. Day after day, she questioned Samson. Again and again, he gave her false answers. But Delilah refused to give up. She continued pressing him until finally Samson revealed the truth. "No razor has ever touched my head," he told her, "for I have been dedicated to God from birth. If my hair is cut, my strength will leave me, and I will become weak like any other man." Delilah immediately knew she had discovered the secret. That night, Samson fell asleep with his head resting on her lap. As he slept, a servant quietly entered the room. One by one, the locks of Samson's hair were cut away. The symbol of his covenant with God was gone. Then Delilah cried out, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." Samson awoke and jumped to his feet. He expected to defeat them as he always had. But something was different. His strength was gone. The Philistine soldiers rushed into the room. They seized him, bound him in chains, and carried him away as a prisoner. The mighty warrior who once terrified armies had fallen. Samson was thrown into prison. Day after day, he pushed a grinding stone and lived in humiliation. The man who had once been a champion was now a captive. But while Samson sat in prison, something began to change. His hair slowly started to grow again. More importantly, his heart began to turn back toward God. Meanwhile, the Philistines celebrated. Believing they had finally defeated their greatest enemy, they gathered in a magnificent temple. Thousands of nobles, rulers, and citizens filled the building. Music echoed through the halls. The crowds laughed and celebrated. And to entertain themselves, they brought Samson into the temple. Blind and weakened, he was led before the cheering crowd. The people mocked him. They ridiculed him. And they praised their false gods for his defeat. Then Samson asked to be positioned between the two great pillars supporting the temple. Standing there, surrounded by his enemies, Samson prayed, "Lord God, remember me. Please strengthen me just once more." God heard his prayer. For one final time, divine strength returned to Samson. He placed his hands against the massive pillars. The crowd continued mocking him. But then the pillars began to crack. The ground trembled. Dust filled the air. Panic spread throughout the temple. With all his remaining strength, Samson pushed. The pillars collapsed. The roof gave way. And the entire temple came crashing down. Thousands of Philistines were destroyed that day. In his final act, Samson achieved a great victory for Israel. His story teaches us that strength alone is never enough. True strength comes from faith, obedience, and dependence on God. Samson fell when he trusted in himself, but he found redemption when he turned back to the one who had given him strength from the beginning. And so, the story of Samson remains one of the most powerful and unforgettable stories in the entire Bible. If you enjoyed this Bible story, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring Bible stories brought to life.